Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back. I'm Gnomes and we are on this sci-fi-ish space interiors that we are designing, and with a lot of crazy inspirations out there, because there is, but well, no matter how many influence you can find in the internet, being in curious places is also quite impressive to make inspiration, right? So all right, enough said. This time I'll start with something that I totally need to make the panels and screens here. There's a tutorial that I was looking for that I think is ideal for that. It seems very nice. I already show you again here. It's a screen shader hologram graphic mirror. I think that's it, this one. Yes, exactly this one. So on this tutorial, Carlos Poiser, so there is this idea of having 3D objects to shine with wireframe modifier, and they are 3D objects, but they have these emissions and whatever, shining material, gloom stuff, and they are 3D, but we see them as 2D. The problem is that in this case it will be used for exporting, I guess, or rendering, but which is good. But what I want to do here is a step, not step beyond, I'd say a different approach in which I'll use the same technique, fundamental technique, but I will try to get the rendering in real time, or not the rendering, but the viewport of perhaps a camera on some 3D objects appear on a screen that is taking the input from something that is being played. So as I'm playing animation, I'm taking maybe I'll have to use another scene and a compositor to do that. But first I'll attempt to see what I can achieve in the in the same scene. So let's go to world origin. If I only knew where it was. I think it's here. Yeah, we see the world z-axis here. Unfortunately it's a bit lower there, but that's okay. So to simplify, I'll try to be here, and I'll create a camera, and I'm going to go directly on this camera, and now this is my active camera. I'm going to activate screencasts keys, and we'll bring back this camera a little. So I want to start building. Now I don't need the Alright, so I want to start creating some objects here, so it will be very simple. I already have objects that do this, but this will be slightly different. So we're gonna get a mesh. So we can start with a cube. So that's pretty simple. Then scale to 0.1, whatever, it was too large, right? Then we're gonna create for this cube a wireframe. Yeah, and then of course we need a shader here, a material. We could get, I think it's the lamp. I don't know why they have many. I need to clean up this stuff, right? So lamp illumination. All right, so this is the shader, and of course this is glowing because it has some driver that animates with the timeline. So this just for testing, actually. I'm not for testing glowing and animation as I create the stuff here, right? I think I'm gonna delete this. Is probably because of some annotations. Doesn't matter. So Let's get it in a frame where it is lighten up there. So alright, so in principle, if I have my camera, this camera, which will be like a screen, and yeah, there's all a complication of how we're going to make this align. Actually, I know one way. So first, the idea of the tutorial was to have an orthographic camera, and I need sort of to have it zoomed into, or I can just, okay, we can do this different. So rotate 90 degrees, rotate 90 degrees again. Now this will be confusing. Let's I just need to get this camera there. I think it's just moving, right? So GX GZ, okay, it's working. GY, no, GX. I think we are approaching. It has some strange, I think it's interpenetrating some objects. As it will be easier if you just move this camera as we, where's the camera? I hope okay, so maybe it's too big, so let's just get, can we rescale it? I don't seem to be able to. Orthographic scale, yeah, this is probably, this might help. Alright, and can we zero out rotations? Rotate 90, rotate Z negative 90. Okay, so this, now it's aligned with I think the, no, it's not aligned with the, okay, let's just then selection to cursor, so it's on world space. So now we just move it back. Where is the cube? Okay, so I've created a cube that should be somewhere here. We don't see it shining, we don't see. Okay, might be in some objects. I created it on assets, cube, here we go. I should always be careful now because I'm always moving stuff. When I create objects, I'll always forget to create the objects on a special part of the, and then I lose stuff. So okay, so let's bring this new collection. This will be temporarily stuff. So this will cube screen for now, right? We'll consider it as temp. So where's the cube? We can apply all transforms to the cube. Okay, so there it is. As we go here on the modifier, we can also change the offset, maybe thickness, and we need to create some sort of animation for it. So this will be simple. I'm not even bothering creating an armature now. I'm at some point, yeah, maybe today I'll make the armature for the whole starship. So by the way, let's get some soundtrack, folks. I'll go directly to the one that is sinister and that I like, although it doesn't really match to exactly the story I'm going to make. I like it a lot. So could be this to start with, and I want this rotation here, so it will be item transforms panel, we're gonna get the z-axis rotation of this cube. Add driver and basically delete this. Don't need armature, targets, whatever. It's just scene of frame. Okay, it's too fast. This means the frame is the timeline, and scene maths, right? Trigonometry. This means that there's some amount of rotation. So my variable is the frame. So this means that the output, the value output here, will be related to the result of scene of frame. So frame varies from 0 to some value here, so it's like it's cycling, right? Cycling. So I've learned that to slow down, and we can make some tilt in the cube. So it will be, so rotate y 45 degrees maybe. There we go. Okay, you see it goes back and forth, and this is just because, yeah, unfortunately I don't know how to control this stuff, the driver with yet. I know some tricks, but this is not the best vision of a cube, right? So, but this is the screen that I want. So, and we want to place it at. Actually, you see the shader is driven. It's not just the. Yeah, there's a driver in the string of the emission shader. There's a driver here. That's why it is blinking gradually, and at the same time the cube is rotating. And I could have, yes, a driver here, why not? So if I just copy this and do this, no, it's not like that. It's copy driver, paste driver. Yeah, sometimes the results are not very good. I not even know what's happening. Delete driver. Yeah, let's leave it like that for now. Oh, I see. Maybe I see what happened. Oh, I could have divided by 1000. Okay. So it's like edit frame divided by 1000. Maybe a little more. 10,000. And then it repeats. Yeah, so we can do crazy stuff. Alright, no, not the camera. I've messed up the camera. Can I? No. So this is very dangerous. Let's go put this camera back to there and just there. Maybe I'd like to lock this. Yeah, let's apply all transforms. It doesn't want. Okay, never mind. So reset here. So the camera is completely locked and I cannot move. Now even if I use the lock camera, it's locked. If I move the, yeah, so so this is good. So locking objects, great. But it doesn't seem straight. It seems to be tilted. Of course it is tilted. I need to reset this. Now yes. Apply all transforms. Apply rotation if it matters. No, apply scale. Okay, now I don't see the... Oh, I see, it needed the rotations, alright, otherwise it does that. So, okay, we do 90 positive, then negative 90 here, I guess, yes, and lock, and we go to active camera. Now we have perfect screen. The problem now is how we get this into... Yeah, we can create some... These objects is like... You can get it away for now. Alright, so now that we have this, this is to start with, right folks? We need to make sure that we can not render. I don't want to render, I want to get this plain screen to go to be... Yeah, it's sort of a render, so this is confusing for me. I don't know if it means render or not. I wouldn't like to it means render, because then I won't have real-time transposing. It's like I'm taking this as a reflection. Okay, now this music a bit more stressful, so let's go back to the...
I love Envato Elements because it is...
To this thing here. Another soundtrack from Carl Cathy. Here this is more inspiring. Alright, so I don't have nothing to compositing. I want to have a material that will transpose in real time what is in this camera, which is called screen. So let's try to... Okay, I could have this. Let's make this crazy, folks. Let's try to insert something here. So I'm going to make a material here that will be on normal. Okay, I know it's not good enough. This could be a good screen. Okay, it's too small, but that's all we need. So we're gonna make a new shader here. It will be a screen. We need the shader editor. This is a sign, so we don't need this. We want something. Yeah, so here's the question: is there some camera data? Directly I found it. I found something. Retrieve information about the camera and how it relates to current shading points position. I'm not sure this is exactly view vector, view z depth, view distance. This is like... doesn't seem like what we need. We need something more like Let's see if there's any about the camera. No, there's just this. So record. It could be that though. Maybe I'll start to get complications. So maybe there's no way to do that. Well, we'll still get camera data, maybe it helps, but I don't think that's the case. So, texture, image sequence, now this is like add the image, it's for importing, right? No, that's not added. So, it's bizarre if it wouldn't be possible, because there are procedural textures which are all like real-time stuff, right? So why camera viewport cannot be real-time as well? View vector. What is view vector? Maybe this needs mapping. Yeah, certainly won't work. Also, let's reset the UV here just in case, and maybe I need some mapping. Is the camera view some sort of attribute? I don't think so. But no. View layer. No, this is view layer. So. Yeah, maybe this is more something about the compositor, but we won't give up so fast here. Let's see. So you have a that is I used to match real world lights with real time environment. No, real time texture. So. Here we need to set a render file that already exists. Alright, so we need to bring another camera, so not this one, but let's bring camera. I have another here, so I have this camera living room, which is actually camera lounge. We go to it. Actually, we active. We go to it, and we need to bring it. This is not a locked camera, so we just need to bring this to that place where we have this. We are trying to adjust this material, and we want. Okay. Problem what I do with that, right? With the shader, I need. Okay, let's try ignore this for now and go to the compositor, because here I know. Okay, it's empty, so let's use nodes. Yes. So probably this means we need 2 view layers, render layouts, right? So. on the same scene, but we need one perhaps that bring. This is why we might need another camera input rate. What is this? Active scene, render active scene. And we can't, yeah. Let's see, so input, image, movie clip, render layer, renders layer, camera, time curve, bulky image. Switch view, what's that? Is there something like switch camera? Output, file output levels, what is split viewer, add a node to the active tree. Viewer, I think that, yeah, this is just preview stuff. This is also file. File. Maybe there's render layers. Okay, this is the same there. Scene time gives time for, okay. Could be useful, but I don't think this is the case. Texture based on track position auto. This is also okay. So maybe there's no way to do what I want. Well, I know that if this is another scene, I can do something about it. So it will be like if we duplicate full copy. Alright, let's make a full copy of the scene. So now I'm in that scene, and we go to here. Alright, so we don't need that. We go back to scene 1. Now we bring the view. We go to scene 1. No render output node in scene. Like we need to do something. Render output. Well, I just copied the whole scene, so I want it. Oh, no render output node, alright. Could be just oh yeah, because I'm using the compositor. Sorry, I've closed accidentally everything. Let's go back here. I've lost the chat too. Okay, where is the chat now? Here. Alright. Good. So, as we see here, the object is there, but the compositing, there's something at the front. Okay, it's rendering, so that's fine. We could render animation too from that camera. Yes. Alright, so you see that works. So this is what happened. My render, I accidentally clicked there. So this is scene 1, it is working. We need to bring scene 1, 001 here, view layers, whatever, to... This will render scene 1, right? But we need to combine this, so... color shader... How to combine this stuff. Combine. No, this is color stuff. Yeah, I know nothing about that. I've used composer for other things, but there's like I've seen something about this. So here we can, of course. Oh, now it's updated. All right, so. How to put this into, I don't know, a screen, right? If we play here, we see that this doesn't update in real time. We'll need to have this command, perhaps the other timeline on the other scene. That'll be something like that. But I don't think I can play the timeline from here. Well, it should be composable or drivable. So here it's clear that we need some. Is there a mix node here? Add. Of course, this won't do nothing. I need to. Can't I get this view layer to the shader maybe? Input, I had something, I think it was attribute, but not of this scene. No, this was view layer, so we need something like scene. Yeah, layer, wave, view, no, nothing. So apparently there's nothing to help in real time. Screen. Camera data. Oh, there's some information there. Retrieve information about the camera. Yeah, it looks good until and how it relates to the current shading points. Of course, this is not this which camera data, right? Okay, we end up connection failed radically. Yeah, so we are back. Some weekends typical interruption of grid problematics, not light but just internet connection, something it's not very often, but I have been some, maybe it's related to the fact that too much bandwidth, I'm not sure, I think it's related to the company on the weekend. So let's go back here, and yeah, so this difficult challenge here, but I have some suppositions. So I was trying to research some data here. So this is part of a creative process, right? Research. So this is why. So Blender, how to I forgot what was my. So use multiple cameras in the same scene. It's not exactly the question, right? But how to add more camera in is it not a multi-view camera? How do you control? Okay, how to set views in one scene? Select your camera, make control view while hovering around. Switch between cameras in Blender. How to switch between cameras simultaneously. That's interesting. Because anything like this could be related. Render multiple. Maybe this already. Multiple camera viewport. In the worst case scenario, I just render clips, and then with those clips I put them to the panels, right? That would work. It would not be let's just quick look here.
Welcome back to Blender Daily time.
I want to see if this relates to what I'm
Let's
trying
get
to
started. This I have prepared and the graph. At the same time, we're going to make use of the stereoscopy feature. So in order to want to use multiple, we can add here.
Okay, this is stereoscopy. This has nothing to do, but that's why he needs real-time rendering. Oh, oh no, this is stereoscopy feature. That's why it has multiple, as it has multiple.
And add those suffixes.
Oh, so there's some metadata.
One is going to be _x. For left. It doesn't really matter which camera, because those are to the camera view or each other. And here, I recommend the end before you enter tab. 12 the same. You can see this is not in them. Those are our three. Save as, choose an out, and make them into export 3 different images. If you have.
Okay, no, this is very cool, but it's not what we need.
To switch between multiple cameras.
I want to know if this switch is something related. There could be something related to the video sequencer editor also.
Blender, we just select the first camera, and we're going to make this camera last until frame 40. And press M, then Control P. And then we can go to the next frame when we want to switch the camera. And then press Shift D to duplicate. and then we go down to the and then Control B to switch to this one.
Control B.
And that's to switch to this one.
M, then Control B.
M, and then Control B to switch to this one. And as you can see, we have now animated the camera switch.
M is for move. Move to collection. This might be older tutorial, 2 years ago. Blender version here is I cannot see. 2.92. Okay, no. So and then Control B for some. Yeah, so I don't really understand.
And as you can see, timeline. You duplicate. Shift D to duplicate the camera. And then we go down to the timeline. And then press M. And then Control B to switch to this one. And as you can see, we have now animated the camera switch.
Okay, I don't get it, but it's switch between.
Alright, so I thought I'd do a really quick tutorial on how to show you how
Add
to use
and
multiple
use.
cameras in Blender. See, the next, and we're just going to give this some materials quickly. In edit mode at the sign, more than enough. And now we're back in object mode. Now, first camera, and then we're going to lift up our timeline. Inside of your timeline, put your mouse there and press N. N for mother. And you've just created a marker. And now we click marker, and we're going to click rename marker. We're going to call this camera 1.
Oh,
And then we're gonna click marker,
markers
and we're
to
gonna say
change camera.
Bind camera to markers. Boom. And now we're going to, let's go to frame 100. And we said frame 100, we want to change cameras, right? So we're going to click on the other camera, hover down here, press M for mother or M for marker. And we're going to click rename marker. And we're going to call this camera.
I had no idea we could use markers to.
Press OK. And click bind cameras to marker.
Or I saw that thing about camera, just wasn't sure how interesting that would be.
And the other thing I want to do, just so you can
So
visualize.
where's the command there?
Press OK. And click bind cameras to marker.
Bind camera to marker. So you have, for example, timeline, you have marker. There should be bind camera, the selected camera, right? This is the Control B thing. Alright, so, but this is not exactly what I need, right? Because this is still the camera that will be, this is a camera shift. So this is extremely valuable, but this is not what I want.
And the other thing I want to do, just so you can visually see it here.
So it is simple like that. Animation filmmaking, here we go.
Import.
But
And in fact, we should only need this viewport, so we can just look at it like that. So what has happened here is, if we press play, it's on camera 1, and then at frame 100, it switches to camera 2. Hope that short tip helped you, and now you know how to switch between cameras.
yes, that's a great tip. Let's subscribe. Fun with Blender, totally. So, but yet we have to learn if it is possible or not, the craziness that I'm doing here. So let's continue checking. So how is not a multi-view camera, right? Their camera is not a multi-view, seems to occur when the name of that does not know. So Blender, multiple cameras. Actually, camera node. I know there's some also bone constraint related or object modifiers related to camera. So for example, if I have camera solver, what is that? Follow track, object solve, add constraint. This is how they call is motion tracking. No. Constraint to occur, no set inverse, no. Camera solver, what constraint to F curve. Now this is create F curves for object which will copy objects movement caused by this constraint. No, I don't think that's. I don't really understand. Wait. Active clip. There's a clip on the scene which is real time. Is that it? Because the clip, movie clip, is usually added. That is. Okay, there's some interesting information here, but yeah, with how this active clip, I have no idea what is active clip, but follow track, yeah. So camera data now returns information about the shading point relative to real-time blender, real-time camera image camera viewport on scene from another camera. Whatever. Just make it. It's the sentence makes no sense, but with all these keywords, maybe multi-camera viewport display, view one camera on top and another. How to align camera to view. How to set camera to current view in Blender. Now this I know. Different cameras on different viewports. Go to viewport and so I'm gonna. URI if of Blender. Hi, with the new viewport rendering system, obviously new things are possible, but really. But let's see. Multi-cameras, different viewports. How to add one or multiple cameras in. Okay, so the camera data, maybe I saw that, maybe return from about the shading point around to change the shading of objects further away from the camera RAM. This node has no inputs, in properties, this node has no properties, output. In camera space for the camera to show the shading, the distance each pixel away from the camera. No, okay, so this is right, apparently pretty simple, has nothing to do, I think, with what different cameras on viewport. Okay, how to get different cameras on viewport. Okay, this I think local camera don't and local camera toggle header, and where is the option to lock local camera? No, this here is not your run. The consider your son. Yeah, this is certainly not what we want. So how to real-time render getter? I don't know what is data. But I really need a real-time rendering feed. This is totally possible and barely might not even be any real change. I only did that, so it is before EV maybe. And here multiple cameras in different viewports at the same time. I'm a bit stumped with this one. I'm getting a virtual set for a project with 3 cameras which we'll be using for some live streaming later. I encourage a way to view all 3 cameras at the same time. This will make things easier. This quite relates to what my problematic. Wouldn't need to keep manually switching back and forth. Clip start end, lock as view. That disconnects the camera from the scene, so that you have 3 different camera views at the same time. This is like a clipping thing. I don't think that's the when you run it will only run the scene camera. That button perfect tense. Okay, no, I know about this clipping, but okay, how to render. Yeah, this interest be for other render stuff, but I know this is just more reference anyways. Since it appeared, I spamming those tutorials because I'm searching about those content, right, folks? So here, let's go back here and let's search here, Blender. How to see camera view through another camera viewport. How to view cameras, how to see camera screen through another camera viewport. So it's a sort of metaphysics thing nearly. Camera to display. I was missing that critical word, display. How to display, so different cameras and different viewports. So now how to add multiple, how to get camera view, how to, this camera view maybe here, to the lens, the view from the active camera. So Blender, display camera view port from another scene. That's it. Real time. Only allows one active camera in a scene. This is why we need perhaps another scene. And numpad moves. Okay. Linking cameras from another scene. How to move camera. Yeah. How to set camera to current view. How to add one more. Snap camera to view. Okay. We got some documentation here. Let's see. Navigation. Fly navigation. No. What is? Oh, this is basic stuff, right? So no, not available. And here, blend display camera viewport from another scene on real time. That's it. How to, great. How to, if this, how to take what the camera scene projected from another camera. Is it possible to take what the camera scene used from another camera as a project? No, not a projection. It's slightly different. Yeah, take what the camera scene. To dynamically update projection from dimension. Yeah, this is real-time stuff. There are something, if this can be done, for instance, transition wipes like from a traditional video editing suite, or feedbacking loops, or dynamically changing the displays on maps. And also what I'm trying to do. The cheap way would be you render it out from one camera and next use it as an image move. Yeah. But I'm curious what the pro are teaching us. Me too. Related, how to view the camera through an object as a material. Use the view from one other cameras in the scene as view. That's it. So it might be possible. Is there an answer to this? Can do it in compositor using an UV pass to distort this image and some ID mask to mix the render layers from different scenes. You can lower the samples since that will be seen in monitors and will have faster render. Here's a simple test I just did. Never tried something like this before, so there may be some mistakes and things to improve. I unwrap the TV screens and assign materials with different IDs to. Okay, let's save this because You use different scenes for each camera. Okay. In mains active camera, 1%. I just have 2 scenes now, so this is promising. So it might be that I just found one plausible solution or approximation to what I had to use the unwrapping to correct aspect ratio of an image a bit. Okay. UV pass allow you to distort an image to match the geometry. What is UV pass? Okay, so it's something about the compositor that has got some UV pass, which I have no idea what is. Search UV, map UV. Yes, we are mapping some UV of I don't know what. So we need to get some. Can we have some input from a shader, a material? Output, group output maybe. Oops, accident. Okay, use different in main scene. Sorry, don't want that. In main scene, you activate UV pass and material index pass. UV pass allows you to distort an image to match geometry. Okay, but what is that? Okay, so we have the active scene here. We have a thing here. Maybe it relates to the UV editor. So what? UV pass, paste, UV material index pass, material index. Maybe these are data. That is UV pass. There's some specific notion about this. Map UV node, UV store the UV pass. Okay, so the input for UV render pass. It might be something about cycles. I don't have a possible solution to scale up your. I can also apparently we can. There'll be some relation to this, but not sure. Let's see. How do they have viewport for one camera? No, this is not enough. Linking cameras. Link camera from another scene. I am working on a program where I place on working with the cameras in one file, and the main Blender file should have those camera linked to the. So with the camera as in separate, I managed to link, but I forgot. When I press the slide the camera down, timeline the camera, but I cannot see what the camera is showing. This is an possible. Is it possible when linking cameras to bring the markers into timeline for? Basically, the master files the pending camera, the camera marks the pending. So he's using markers between different scenes. Yeah, this can be confusing. The issue now, I would like to keep working the camera in separate file, but I don't have still scene with camera. Okay, so that's because you need to set up the. Okay, so not sure this will save maybe, but could be interesting, problematic. But here cannot find anything about that. Maybe there's some documentation here. Now this is a file. In compositor you have a render layer for each scene, right? Use UV pass from main scene to distort the other render layers. Okay, how to achieve this? And use ID materials to set the alpha for the other render layers. Okay, so there are blend file here that I'll open, then mix the layers, could even use compositor blur. Okay, then use ID materials, okay, this is to look at the blend. I guess it can be done in other ways. ID mask for alpha is not that good. Also multi-view was meant to support multi-custom cameras at some point. I think that would allow to have just one scene to fit the compositor. Multi-view. Multi-view. Okay. Switch viewer, split viewer. What is split viewer? Ah! Aha! So this will be some sort of mix shader. Okay, but let's do the inverse. Okay. Then okay, but what we do with that split? There's no output here. How strange. Okay, it works backwards then. I cannot designate some name here. This turn it into a property. So all right, but we're getting something. Get some information. Maybe I'll have to have a scene operating in cycles, and then I make multi-render. Yeah, all this I need to learn multi-render stuff, but it's not for now. So each scene only can use one render engine per scene, but we can have multiple scenes working together to split the render engine for different elements of the scene as they get composed together. So that's why also we call this stuff compositing. But then let's see if there continue. Let's read the question again. Actually, I didn't finish. The camera shown on the monitors do not view the monitors, so no looping should occur. I found that show how to get the effect in the game engine. Oh, okay. I'd like to do this in cycles. Okay, essentially I would, maybe he's using cycles because that's what was asked, not because only cycles allows this. Essentially I would like a material input node that correspond to the output of the composition of a particular scene. Exactly. The incoming image should honor the render settings of the particular scene and any compositing applied to it. The render layer node does not appear to honor the resolution of compositing settings of the scene it comes from, and it is not available to apply as a texture in the material node editor that I can find. Yeah, the render layer node. Yeah, I understand that this could be done by rendering the animation from the view various cameras, then applying that video as textures to the monitors, then rendering the camera of the monitors. That's super tedious if you are making change to the whole scene, and I don't want that. Alright. Can we do in compositor? Using a... Okay, so we need to learn what's... You can lower the sample. Okay, so we got the file. We going to try to reproduce to understand what the file is doing, but with this data here we have our questions. Apparently this is possible with some caveats. How to take what a camera sees and project it to another camera. to take a camera sees and use it from another camera as a projection. Okay, so the cheap way would be render use how to view. Interesting jacking. Is there one? Let's say that. Is there a way for current download? The first next is for video feedback could do something like, in fact something similar could probably be done with the same techniques as that, picking up the preview render, but using multi-view cameras described in. Another option is in cycles is to use light pipes to channel the rays to a screen. Do you mean something like this, or you can add some reference here? Not clear. Any thought about this camera requires, but it's done right. You can use the one camera to render its view and reuse results as texture light projector. No, here's a solution that works or no. I created two different scenes. The first called Scene TV, the second is called Scene Monkey in Scene TV. The passes for UV and material in there. Okay. So the passes might be just like the data for UV and material are enabled. In Scene TV, the first one, those things are enabled. Scene TV contains a model of a TV and a camera looking at it. Scene TV contains a model of a TV. Okay, Scene TV is the first one. The TV display is UV unwrapped to fill the complete UV map and has its own material with a material index of 1. Okay. The number isn't important. It should only be exclusively used for this display. Okay, this is what I'm doing. Scene Monkey contains a model of rotating Suzanne and a camera looking at it. Yes. The Scene TV, I've set up the main one. The compositor with 2 render layer nodes. Okay, one for the Scene TV, another for Scene Monkey. So that when you hit F12, Blender renders both scenes. Okay. To bring the monkey on the TV, I combine both scenes with an alpha over node. I plug the TV scene in the first input. Alpha over node. Okay. Alright. So this maybe is not useful. So search alpha over. Yeah, this is the node that I was missing. So let's bring this below. This is the first one. This is here. This is here. And let's get it here. I think we have backdrop, or where's the... How do we get view, preview stuff? I think I need to render first. Alright, anyways, I think I need to... Okay, this is my active camera. It's a bit bad right now. Let's... What happens to the lights? Oh, I think I'm... It's because of this thing, maybe. Oh, yeah, of course. Huh. So as I... Okay, I'm looking at this one, but it's of course FAC. Let's get like that. Now you get things getting... Yeah, they are matching in the screen, so this is bad. But I need to find a way to assign the camera viewport to a material. Okay, we got the, I bring the error case, that's fine. In the first, the monkey, okay, there's here. The monkey scene gets plugged into the image input. Map UV. So viewer, compositor. Okay, we need a viewer. That's why I wasn't able to. Okay. In output viewer. Then we just bring this here. All right. Also, let's. This I know how to do. Okay, here we go. Then what we need here, of course, it's not like that. So basically we have but where is the alpha over? Okay, this is the screen, my scene 1, yeah, scene TV and scene monkey. So this will go to some, okay, here's the alpha over. Before this reaches the alpha over, it maps UV and it goes image UV to there, and this needs some ID mask. Oh, there's the ID mask. So this is the pass UV and this is the pass ID, I guess. So there's nodes, right? Compositor nodes. Index. Oh, okay. So this is, how do you get this thing? So image input, I think. Is that it? No, that's not it. So map UV. Map UV indeed. So okay, so actually this is, if that's what I'm thinking, it's relatively simple. It's just that the technicality is very non-intuitive. So image, you go here and this goes here, or does it? No, okay, that's like that. Then this UV goes to, we don't have stuff here. We probably need to develop this from a thing that goes back and forth. So what is this? ID mask. It would be that. Oh, I see why the ID mask. So ID mask, of course, we are getting mask to, yeah, that makes sense now. But ID value, I just don't have. Oh, actually, hold on. Why my render views here don't have anything? So we need, okay, this goes to FAC to mask alpha. So there's missing stuff there. Maybe there, yeah, maybe there's something about the cycles. So this goes to alpha. Yeah, so maybe there's a limitation of cycles of EV. Let's see. There I go. Noisy image. Would that be the case? We don't see though. Index 1, ID value, index MA. Maybe we have to give some names here. UV, we don't have UV. Fact to this, right? Pre multiple 0, no, nothing. Here's all default. And depth. Okay, so we have properties here that we do not possess. index. I know there's a way to check a face index. What is ID mask? He sets to 1 because, but I don't know what is. No, maybe this is not what I'm thinking. Then the UV thing. Map UV, then I have this problem here that we don't have. Yeah, certainly this is not good enough. This is not gonna work. Cycle, that takes forever. Alright, so no, but we are getting progress here. I didn't see anything there. Oh, actually, maybe I need to, hold on. It starts black maybe. Oh, okay, it's updating. Okay, why doesn't it update there? Unfortunately, I'm changing the so I doubt this. There is little we can do here. Yeah, this is useless. Um, no, see, it updates there. That's fine. You're not gonna get those. So frame 4. So if I just have the alpha, okay, so then there's the file, right? No, it's not the one that contains the file. See, gets plugged into the image input of a map UV node. The UV path of the TV scene goes into the UV input. Yeah, but I don't have that, even on cycles. This maps the monkey render on all UVs of the TV render. Why the TV wants all UVs? I plug it in the second input of the alpha over to restrict it to the display. The index M output of the TV scene is used as mix factor. The output of the thing here is use the mix node ID mask. Don't see any way to mix there. Need to get the correct material index of the TV. If all the materials have an index of 0 and the display is 1, the mask isn't. Oh, okay, but I need to give the mask some. Yeah, it's something about the naming, right? So okay, this is of course useless. I was starting to understand until I got nothing to do with all that, so yeah, I was starting to understand until I couldn't find anything else to. So there's map UV is alpha 0, and there are, yeah, the UV has other settings. The mix is what? The mix is like given by some fact of this alpha, so it doesn't. What I was having at some point is to have yeah, now not even that I can achieve. As having double image, right? Maybe it's just because I need the camera, my camera was placed different, I'm not sure. I think not. It would be indifferently of just image would appear on top. Okay, so we got some good reference here. So apparently it's possible, but we need to do something about this. We need to learn about how to use map UV and ID mask on the compositor. And so there's no way to get the moving image to feedback, I guess. What do you mean by feedback in real time? If there's two separate scenes, that means there's no way to feed one camera to a display and back into itself. See, that's what you want to do. I guess I got your question wrong then. About making two duplicate scenes. I think if answer the feedback part is more exploring it further. Okay, so actually this is no feedback. And there's a now this is the blend file of the. Alright, so let's check some other stuff. So yeah, I'm about to complete this investigation right now, so maybe I just need to render, then I learn how to get those screens get into my that will be easy, right? Rather than doing this in Visual Signal, can create this effect. What's effect? No. Rendering. Is there a way to batch render image from several cameras? No, not what we want. And finally, use the viewer from one other camera as video texture in cycle. Yeah. I have a scene with monitors that display video from cameras in the same scene in the other scene, but they are linked the same as the camera shown on the monitor does not view the monitors, so no looping should occur. That shows okay. Can I using the VV pass to this? Okay, now that I know about those things, maybe I can get some new input from that. To distort the image and do some ID mask to mix the layers, and this we got the files. So again, from different scenes, you can lower the samples for the scenes that will be seen in monitors, and will have faster runs. There's a simple test I did. Never tried this out. Mistakes. Wrap the TV screens and assign materials with different IDs to use as masks. I had to use the unwrapping to correct aspect. Okay, you use different scenes for each camera. Right. In main scene you activate UV pass and material index pass. So there is no material index pass. So there is ID mask. I think he meant. UV pass allows you to distort an image to match the geometry. Ah, I see. An ID material ID mask, right? Pass allows to isolate different monitor screens. Yeah, so isolate and adapt. So ID mask isolate makes sense, and map UV adapt. Okay, it's UV, right? But you need to unwrap the TV screens and use different material for it. Okay. In Composer you have a render layer for each scene. Okay, use UV pass from main scene to distort the other render layers. UV pass from main scene. So map UV, but yeah, it's not like that, because this is related to that. Okay, so apparently it gets backwards. I'm not sure. This is not geometry nodes anyway. So, and use ID material to set the alpha for the other render. Okay, I won't get this idea. Then mix the layers, could even use compositor blur and FFO. But easier still, take a look at that. I guess the mask for off is not that good. Also multi-view. A more commercial setup. You can use the file output node in Composer to export the other scenes and load those even. Okay, then we need to do is set texture. That is okay. That will be. Alright, so we got the file. I'm going to check this out. So Blender downloads, we got monitors, I think that's it. And what is the render? It's cycle. Does it... So here is this main scene. Ah, that's it. So here, all them, they got... And can they be on... Okay, so in main here we have these little screens, and if we look at here, we can get the... I want the settings here. Default. No, default's not there. Where is the... Oh, it's below here. Alright, so if we check render thing, with always compositing, So with the compositor, we should be able to look at those screens. Where are the values? Okay, timeline is playing, but I don't think that is relevant. So let's go on here. Let's see if I render. Doesn't seem to be working. Or will we need to render all that? Why everybody's files must be like 1 terabyte processing power. Okay, apparently this is a crash. For some reason it doesn't seem to be working, but we're gonna take a look on the nodes there. We see a lot of things. Of course, he got a lot of... That person has got 3 additional scenes, so and let's see. So here we see that those render layers, they got this stuff. So these 1, 2, 3, okay. We could just focus on one to simplify. Okay, so what we got here, this screen 1, then alpha 0 UV. Okay, it seems the opposite here. No, UV, no, map UV to this one. Then we have this UV to here. ID value index 1, anti-aliasing, and set alpha. Ah, I didn't saw that before. So image and alpha. ID mask to alpha, image, replace alpha, and then mix. What is this mix? Alright, anyways, we don't see the effect. If I change to EV, these things die off. So it's something about cycles indeed. Something I didn't know. Alright, so let's reopen this. Let's get here. Let's try to render this on some very tiny let's see what we can render here. There we go, it works. It just does not render in, but yeah, you don't see in real time. So this is, so let's get here the camera. Let's bring to okay, it crashed. So it's not working to see the, and it needs to be cycles. Okay, so we've learned things here. It is possible, but it requires cycles. and so and some steps. Oh, this is not my file. Some steps about the UV stuff that I'm not sure what is the how to connect, right, the how to give this sort of ID to the stuff, right? Oh, there's some passes here. What is this? View layers. Ah, I see. View layers here, so we can. Aha. Does that mean that we can set EV view layers to have? No, doesn't have UV, has normal. Passes data. Emission, shadow effects, transparent object, material, crypto material. I have no idea what crypto material. Asset, is that a 3D crypto asset level? Shadow AOV, I have no idea. Okay, so yeah, we don't have the data mist normal. Yeah. So the UV is a cycle stain. And the index pass material index. All right. Object index. Do you have this on? No material index. So why EV doesn't have material index? Object index pass in EV is that it has a filter on some object. I don't have an option to set up materials. Is there a way to achieve this? Cryptomat has Cryptomat feature which is more valid, so you need to. I saw Cryptomat. Alright, so folks, what I'm going to do to be effective here is to this will be like a pet project research, so I don't really need that. So we're going to be okay with just rendering some animations, repeating and using them as clips, right? Video clips for our so this basically means that there's an advantage to this, is that I do not need, until I find perhaps another solution, right? So what I can do here is that I can render this stuff. So we're gonna really render this somewhere. So this will be EV, we render output. Let's get this to some project here, so it will be scenery. Let's clips. Yeah, star screen clips, and we're gonna save here. Then we are going to video, yes, all that. This is being played. We are going to, perhaps I could, yeah, it's another scene. So basically we can disable everything except for this, right? And this means that alright, so let's render this clip as an animation. Let's hope it doesn't crash. Yeah, I should have made this not that longer. Then okay, it will finish there. We save. We go back to the... This could be done in the same scene, right? I just have to do this with a camera and a black box, whatever. A place where, at least somewhere, I get isolated from all the other light interference. But it will be much more organized to have a separated scene, right? Yeah, I feel like that. So here, what I need to do here is to actually, let's get some soundtrack here, folks. Where is the soundtrack here? There we go. Yeah, let's let it be this. So this is my render. Now, I don't need all that, right? This will be like, we ignore all that. There's root thing. There we go. Then if I pick this, okay, we get this. Then what I need here is to get to this material, and now I think we can just play with the shader editor. We're gonna get some texture, clip, video. Okay, so can we have a video here? Oh, we can. Hope that this works. It's image, right? But image in time. And so as we get here, flat, linear, frames. Okay, start frame, end frame, I don't know, 50. Cyclic. Of course, something would have to fail. Maybe this needs, of course, some, I don't know, shader, so I don't know, just this, no, not this, just some Okay, so why don't I have... This is the... screen. Yes, it is this material. UV unwrap here. And it just doesn't have any... Something seems to be happening on the... as I delete and I add, yeah, there is something, definitively. But if I get this into there, yeah, it needs the... So not the emission, let's just put something more... diffuse shader, there we go. So if I just have a diffuse shader, alright, there we go, and then if you add this there, isn't there something about movie? Clip, yeah, clip, movie, already movie, alright. Maybe it needs some better mapping, I don't know. It was offset for some reason. But it's not playing. Looks like to be playing, but it's not strong enough. Yeah. It's playing. Yes. So auto refresh, but no, there's some... Okay, of course we need to... Why the offset is so bad? So start frame, no. The amount of frames, of course. There you go. So why this thing is so horrible? Let's try to... Okay, I just got it broken. Start at 1. And alright, so this is how we're gonna handle our panels. Okay, I think it's just that it ended near, yeah, 120, I guess so. And cyclic. There we go, cyclic. We got it. So this one was. Then of course we could make some changes here. What about? But why is? Extend. Sphere. Tube. Flat. Yeah, flat. Usually flat, extend, closest, linear. Cubic. Smart. Linear. Does it have UV? Maybe I need some. Oh yeah, for sure. We need to map this to UV. Nothing happens apparently, but then we can probably. Maybe rescale here. I was moving the location. Okay, here we go. Of course, the camera I've worked with, we need something more. Yes, there we go, for bingo. What about now? Now we can fill the entire world. Now I'm happy. And we can go crazy with that, right, folks, because this is just one stupid shader. We can get anything here, I guess. Let's try. No, actually, hold on. Let's get. I have, I don't know. Let's try glass space, not glass transparent. It's just this, okay, no problem. Copy. And then screen, paste, and so now I have a transparent. That doesn't work, of course. Well, something is happening, but it's not. Okay, let's forget about the transparent screen. I don't know how to make that yet, but we can probably. I think that will be just some sort of alpha mixer, right? So let's try to like mix shader, like. Yeah, this doesn't need. This could be that. Right? Now it's much, yeah, the diffuse shader was unnecessary. And we could now perhaps got this mixed with some glass transparent. Let's go again on this. This glass is, by the way, is this material here on the side. here and Control V, and we're gonna mix this with this stuff. And for some reason, wait, I think I got the wrong one. No, this glass space, glass transparent. I don't know, they seem to be... Okay, I don't know what's happening. Oh, maybe because... there's two faces here. No, there's just one face, alright. Of course, the camera, I needed to do this on transparency to be able to do that. So for me to have the best, okay, because this is the space from the, yeah folks, this is the space from the other scene, and I needed to render it in transparent. So if I have here, I need to get here transparent world, and I barely remember how to get it done. So to allow transparency in the world, it's like transparent. I think this is enough. Then world, shader editor. Okay, we have this. We don't need that anymore. So because this is scene. This is like screens. Scene screens. Alright, then we can also make this just this long, and we could also get rid of the, maybe we just get, instead of frame, no, it's not this one, I want the material here. We can just change this driver here to, I don't know, frame, yeah. Yeah, it's full scene frame, okay. What about that? Too much, so scene frame divided by 3. Too fast, divide by 10. Now it's too slow, so 7. Plus 10. And we want also here some Yeah, let's be this one then. No, it's all bad. Let's try to make it shorter. No, never mind. So okay, let's do that. Then let's try to render like that. It's EV. Yes, EV. Does it have and quality of render here? Not that it matters much. Output format, that's too much, so that's why it was taking so long. Oh yeah, the camera, of course. We need to get a something like that. Yeah, let's mimic this for the camera. Well, this is already the camera, right? Alright, let's hope there is transparency. Rendered end, now it's much faster. Let's go back to scene, new scene 5, it's the name of the starship, alright? Then here we're going to discard this one, and what is the new one is here. We need to match so for some reason this material is getting black even when it is not, so it's like this is not working anymore. Something is odd here. It's like this is not copying perfectly. Oh, maybe it's the normals? No. It looks like there's something behind it. Let's try to isolate it. Strange behavior here. Maybe it's UV that is. What if I reset here? No, nothing happens, so. I have no explanation for that. Maybe this material is corrupted or something that I've done to this. So let's instead do the following. I'm going to get a new material here based on this one. So I'm going to get here the glass transparent. Alright, then we're gonna get a mix shader. Yeah, and now we're gonna pick this data and Control C, go back to screen 2, Control V. So let's it happened again. As soon as I get something from another file, it is bizarre. So okay, this is screen 2 glass. Maybe I made a mistake. So duplicate glass transparent. Okay, first let's do this. So here, is there anything here? No. So pick this, assign. Okay, so this is exactly this one. We can clean up some stuff here because these materials will confuse us. Alright, so clearly we have here our screen stuff. Some more or less we can also UV unwrap to reset. So this means that it's like that. It's a bit distorted, of course, so maybe okay, never mind. It's just for testing. So go back here and okay, now it's the test. Nothing happens. Mix shader, nothing happens. The image texture, nothing happens. So add, this could be a bug. So if we mix this, okay, it's black, but then we mix there, it resets. Then we bring a okay, let's open today. If we have frames 100. Ah, now it's working. Cyclic. Refresh, auto refresh. Fantastic! Fascinating! Haha! And this time I got it centralized without requiring to adjust here. So great! That's also the best music for the soundtrack for the moment. Bingo! Now you can make whatever 3D object does screens like that in our other scene that I actually need to simplify because I don't think we need anything of this kind. If I need anything, I bring from the... So this is screen, camera screen. Yeah, actually we got something like that. This camera is locked. So we're gonna make this camera and add also new collections. So this will be like screen objects. So this is first is screen cube. Screen cube 1, right? Because we don't know how many we'll have. 0, 1. We could have a variety of this stuff. And so this is our scene screens, and then scene, Neocene, and here we can start to distribute those screens, crazy screens anywhere, everywhere. But of course we need to make good screen stuff, right? So thanks for that tutorial that I showed the beginning from, in case you're wondering. I wanted, maybe I was too ambitious when I wanted to make the real-time stuff. It would apparently require cycles render. It's too much just for such simple things. So here's this tutorial here, great tutorial.
Hello, everyone.
The most interesting I've seen on all this that, because this allows to have dynamic stuff, right? And even though we really need to get into rendering to obtain those videos, the cool thing is that it actually allows to create our own screen effects, special effects, kind of easily, right? With lots of versatility. Now this is quite impressive, although technically it's really simple, except that, not that really simple, but technically what is impressive also is that I made this cube and it was not drawn in 2D, it was a 3D animated cube that I can change immediately and render a different variation of that. Let's make a tiny record here to save our progress. it will be like bring the camera here. No, I think I did wrong. What the camera? Why the camera doesn't? Okay, no. Bring the camera here, please. Again, I've lost something about what happened to. I think I've messed up something. I might have turned the. We are back. Yeah, we can render this maybe. Something like that. Yeah, this is a good shot. Let's see. So here, yeah, this is too large to render this way. Let's get. Now let's skip that, but let's just reduce this amount here, just for this. And here we need to get some output here, so like here, let's render this to temp. No, let's go to scenery, then Neocene 5 clips, yeah. And then that should be enough. Okay, then we Control F2. That's quite fast render. That's why I love EV and rendering only the videos is much, the screens is much faster in principle. So because it's pretty simple, we can do this with letters, and yeah, then it will take time to get the great ideas, but I need also to make sure about the proportions. I want some patterns, or maybe I just adapt later. Alright, so in principle this was rendered properly. Let's see on the there we go. So it totally works. One movie clip inside of another. Great, that was a great thing. So for me this was okay. This is already a big game changer. I knew I was able to do this already thanks to that tutorial, especially that tutorial, but now I've went through the details, and so I have a clear idea and gone through some basic building that works, and so that is enough for me for this session. I can use this, and I'm gonna start to use this to whatever screen I need in this thing. So it will be part of new workflow there, making animated holographic screens. Maybe not. Yeah, and we can have holograph making also. This I'm already doing, by the way, as you might have realized. So there is this, and there is the here. An Easter egg. Of course, we can improve the rendering of all that, but it's okay. It's acceptable. Apparently, there's some wrong cube here. I don't need this because in the other they are not linked, so they are. All right. So more animations here, folks. Except that this is a movie clip and the others are driven stuff by the timeline. So this plays in the timeline too, fortunately, but it plays because of the shader node it has got the movie clip playing. That's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Hope that helps in some ideas and inspiration. And next time I really want to continue. I'm going to focus on trying to get something big in the scene, in the room context. So this may be larger. I want to try to improve these rocks, and oh, it's very dark here. I think I turned some lights off. Actually, I don't know what I did, but I think I've made change to the Anyways, yes, room making. So there are many things that I need to improve on this, and then I probably need to close this, find solution here. A lot of room makings here would be a good challenge to create some labyrinthic stuff out there. And then here there's this garden idea outside, our exterior garden. Here I'm not sure yet. Oh, there's the lounge, secondary lounge. It will be more like a museum stuff. And finally, oh, I see what is so dark. I think I deleted the if that's the case, no, it's here. Alright, so apparently I deleted this was linked to the other, apparently. Alright, so in that case, at least I have backups. What I'm going to do is that I didn't know that was possible. So this is why it's so dark. The space has died. So let's just re-import that. So append could be this last one. I didn't change anything. So texture, no, scene, world, okay. No, there's a group node apparently that I need to recover. Okay, maybe I shouldn't import the world. I didn't know what I do, so let's do again. I know I've made that in a group node, so we need to bring this back. Nodes, node 3, space stars. then group, this is empty, so group space stars, there we go, finally, here we are back as we were. Let's protect this, I guess. Apparently no, everything is there. Alright folks, so I hope that's it. So thanks for watching, have a nice weekend, and see ya next time for more of this universe building stuff, and happy blending. See ya folks.